So here we have the five sisters. We're going on another fashion adventure, having lunch at a grand estate. Now, in the first episode, you'll remember we did retro glam with a timeless collection. These were some great pieces you could add to your wardrobe in your game. This time we're going really retro glam. We're going to look at the Rococo collection by Acanthus Sims. First thing I guess we should start with is, what is Rococo? Well, let's look at some images. This is Rococo and this is Rococo. When you're thinking Rococo fashion, you're thinking pastels, light and airy, light pink, light blue, white, cream, gold embroidery, tons of gold embroidery. Even the accessories, hats, shoes, gloves were decorative. Thinking ruffles, plumes, feathers, and a lot of the elements were elements from nature, like flowers, birds. As you see him putting this bird in her sky-high hair in this clip from Marie Antoinette. Sky-high hair, another thing. Now, men were often as decorative as the women. And Acanthus Sims actually came up with a set of Rococo-inspired clothing for male Sims. We'll probably look at that in the next episode. In the meantime, we're leaving our party here to play a card game. Very popular pastime in the 18th century. Fashion show begins in a moment. But in the meantime, let's just quickly mention that this build was in the in-game gallery. It's called Versailles. Now, Versailles is actually more Baroque than Rococo, so we changed the interior up a little bit more to reflect the Rococo era. It's definitely not Rococo by any means, but we want to give you a live view of what these ensembles look like as they're out and about. So let's get to the show. So here we have Ava. Now we're starting with this basic shape. The really interesting thing about this collection is it's very customizable, but we'll tell you about that in a second. First, let's go top to toe. Start with the hair. As you can see, we have several styles, a lot of swatches, very modest styles, and you can go sky high with this hair. Now we have the jewelry. We have a plain ribbon here, but we also have pearls. We have more outlandish creations. We'll see some of these. We're going to show you as much as we can. We have hats as well, with these ribbons and feathers and all sorts of things happening on their heads here. And also jeweled headdresses are part of this, and the rose crowns, or floral wreaths. So let's look at Ava again. We're actually looking through some of the dress styles available. Some of these are sort of ready-made, some of these you can actually customize. And we have shoes. There's only one style, but all the swatches basically match. So let's take a look at some of the things you can do with this collection. Here we have one of the hats. We added some ruffles to a plain gown. Here we have a nice lilac gown. We want to do a close-up here so you can take a look at the jewelry available in the collection. Great detail on all of these pieces. We have a panier, or panier, from the French word for basket, and actually people wore this on purpose. And they got wider and wider. In fact, in a lot of old buildings, you would actually see that the doorways had to be widened so that these women could swan in instead of turning to the side, shuffling in to their party. Imagine trying to sit in one of these. And these roses here, some of the accessories as well. Very plain gown here, but we really wanted to look at the headdress. This is a jeweled headdress. Now, burgundy and black is not a combination you'd really see in Rococo. We just wanted to show you some of these swatches. These swatches, there are like so many of them in every color, so you can really create your own customizable fashions. Rococo pink, that's a color you're more likely to see. Wanted to show you this hat as well. Now you see we changed the cuffs just now. Bit of lace without. That's something you can do with this collection. So let's just cycle through some of the looks we get with the basic shape. You can really change the look of your character. Alright, so let's go to Lana now. She's in a very pretty pastel, a light blue, with a fichu around her shoulders. This fabulous hat she's got on. Now she's wearing a flower crown, pastel again, This time in a soft green. All these ruffles, customizable. That's from the accessories menu. This stomacher. Draped pearls here in the headdress, very elaborate. And that's something you'd see in the Rococo era. Very elaborate hairstyles. We have a lace cover here. Mantilla, I guess. You really wouldn't see this unless maybe she was a widow. We don't know her life. Here we have some flowers on the side of the hairstyle, of the hair. And maybe she's writing letters or something, like a day gown or something like that. Very pretty. And very similar in style. We just changed the accessories, so you can really change the look of this. And as we mentioned with Rococo, you would think pastel, very light, airy, a lot of decorative elements. So here we have, she's gone full on Little Bo Peep. And we'll cycle through some of these different looks for Lana. So you really can do a lot to customize the look. Okay, we're going to Ginger now. She has a very sunny looking dress here. She's going for a stroll somewhere. She has her little summer hat on, or spring hat. Here's with a fichu and a plumed hat, maybe a straw bonnet. Maybe she's going to a picnic. That's what we think. You can make up all kinds of stories about these Sims. Now again, as we mentioned, black is not a color you'd really see that often in Rococo style. But you know, you could maybe want gameplay with some 18th century vampires, whether or not you have the vampire pack in the Sims. Go for it. And here, the gloves, accessories as well. Gonna just close up here on this little hat. And this is one of the, and the choker. This is one of the pre-made styles. Some of these are basic dresses you can accessorize, and some of them are kind of pre-made. Another dark color, you probably wouldn't see this, but we wanted to show you, look at the level of detail that this creator has actually put into the dress. This actually looks like an embroidered brocade. It's just, they must have spent so much time on this. Another gown here with the panels in the back, very distinctive. This is Rococo style. These ribbons and all sorts of things happening here. She's going just full on with these roses. She's got roses in her hair, rosettes, embroidered roses. She's really all about that look. So we're gonna just cycle through some of these looks now for Ginger, and then move on to the next sister. Okay. So we're moving now. I think this is Coco. She has like a moss green and burgundy. Probably wouldn't see these colors very often, but you never know. I mean, you don't necessarily have to play a Rococo gameplay theme. This could be for Halloween. This could be, she may be writing letters, having visitors, sitting by the fireside, very relaxed look. Yeah, she's gone full out with this fur-lined cape. The stomacher, that's accessories. And let's close up here so you can see she is just decked to the nines in jewels. So she's going to visit the palace or something, lives in the palace, we don't know. Here we have like a little springtime look, very sweet. We have flowers from the accessory section, a little hat. And here we have one of our 19th century vampires, I'm assuming. Detail on these just wonderful. And again. So yeah, this could be for a Halloween look. It could be for just, you want something new in your game. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Rococo themed game or historical game. Here she is in a champagne dress, and we'll cycle through her looks as well. What, this whole thing? Imagine getting dressed. We should probably put some links on that as well in the pinned comment. So this is Claudette. we're starting out with the base pattern. We're going to go back after these looks and show you how you can customize these dresses. Here's another brocade. And darker colors, yeah, as noted, not really something you necessarily see very often in Rococo dresses. Pink and black isn't something you'd see either, but you know, that's a combination we see again and again in fashion even today. It seems to be an enduringly popular combination for some reason. So we're giving you some of those looks as well. Here we have a hat, fichu, basic dress, 3 pieces, and she looks great. So here we have the basic shape. So we're going to start off with this. Now first let's take a look at the different hairstyles she can wear. And we're reminded of an anecdote, which may or may not be true, that one of these aristocrats in the 1770s, I believe it was the Duchess of Devonshire, she got decked out. Her hair was 3 feet tall. She had everything in there, but her hair was too tall to fit into the carriage, so the only way she could get to a ball or wherever she was going was to sit on the floor in this carriage. It's a way to make your life very inconvenient. Oh, another anecdote we've heard that, well, men and women during the Rococo period did wear heels, but apparently no one was allowed to have heels higher than the king. So it may or may not be true, but is it believable? Yes. So here we are. So we're changing the cuffs here. You get all of these in the accessories section. We have, see, the gloves, black. I have a bow here. I'm going to change just the color, change the look of the dress. So we're just going through a few of these so you can actually check them all out. So, you know, decide how you can use them. So it's a very simple touch. You can just change one element and it's a completely new dress. We're not even changing the color. We're just showing you the different accessories you can use. A simple bow here. She's back with the cape. Flowers for your hair. Different colors. This fichu goes around the shoulders. Those are in a few different styles. Lace, satin, and various color swatches as well. And then you look at the hair. Yeah, we wanted to show you this, the flower detail. That doesn't really fit with that dress, does it? Well, not all of the accessories go with all of the styles. Some of them have to be the specific style. Like if it's the pannier dress, you actually have to have that width to actually apply some of these. So we'll add some ruffles to change the look of the dress. Great. So, now if you love to, we have to add the hats, of course. We haven't shown you any of these. We have like a little straw hat. You know, she's getting fancy with some of these feathers. Now, the thing with the hairstyles is you actually sometimes have to mix and match the right hairstyle with the right accessory. Some of them might be too tall. So here she's trying to wear a hat. The hairstyle is simply too high. So we're going to change the hairstyle. The hat fits perfectly. Here's another one. And a flower wreath. As you notice, it doesn't quite fit. We're going to change the hairstyle. Now it fits. But the level of customization in this pack is just wonderful. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to select an outfit for her to wear to this lunch. And we're just cycling through all the looks that might be too casual. This other one might be too much for the carriage. And you know what? We're just going to pick this brocade and send her on the way because we want to move along. So we have this build here. And one of the brothers has not even changed into his outfit. And the maid is swimming in the fountain. Earlier we had footage and everyone was in the fountain. We were trying to cook dinner and have a banquet here on this table. And of course, half the Sims set themselves on fire. It was chaos. The other ones were in the fountain, and the other one wandered off somewhere. But we did want to show you the rest of this build. The butlers in the other fountain? I don't know. So there are 2 or 3 levels, and there are quarters for the staff below, underground. Very big house. You're not necessarily having to play like a historical game. We're going to see if we can get this butler to start butling. but just if you want to have a large space for your Sims, maybe you're playing like a legacy generation type of game. So they're all enjoying this relaxing evening. But when we mentioned the butler, we forgot we have to add one more Sim to this household, and that is the cook. Because cooking went disastrously. Everyone was level 1. We were having like grilled cheese and franken beans at this delicious feast, So we're going to develop her to level 10, and she's going to be putting some great stuff on the table. There are actually some great custom mods for custom foods you can add, so we might actually add some of those. Now, different people have different styles. Maybe you really love character creation the most, so you could spend hours developing unique looks for your Sim with this pack. Or maybe you're someone who just wants to cut to the chase and just start playing. So look at this. In 5 minutes, we've designed like her entire wardrobe, so you can just get into the game right away. So this is a really interesting pack. We're going to put the links for the pack downloads in the comments, and we'll probably put some stuff on Rococo there too, if you'd like to check those out. Oh, we're going to just quickly cycle through some of the looks you can put together very quickly. Very simple. These are very simple compared to the more ornate looks. We're going to give her a fancy dress if she's visiting someone, for instance. And we'll give the cook a very cute visiting outfit here as well. But yeah, so that is the Rococo collection by Acanthus Sims. So enjoy the pack, have fun, come up with some great storylines, some great looks, and we'll be back probably to talk about the versions for the male Sims. In the meantime, happy simming, and we'll talk to you next time.